For decades, Skinwalker Ranch has been a place where science and mystery collide. Located in the remote desert plains of northeastern Utah, this 512-acre property has been at the center of countless reports of unexplained phenomena, animal mutilations, strange lights, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs and bursts of energy that appear to defy the laws of physics, while the U.S. government spent over 20 years and millions of dollars trying to understand what was happening there. No conclusive answers were ever found. Now, a new generation of scientists, engineers, and researchers is returning to the ranch with more advanced technology determined to unravel the secrets buried beneath its soil. What they are uncovering is a story far more complex and disturbing than anyone could have predicted, one that may point to evidence of technology not made by human hands. At the heart of the investigation is a geological feature known simply as the Mesa. Rising along the northern edge of the property, the Mesa is more than just a natural formation of sandstone and rock. In 2021, during a routine drilling operation, Travis Taylor and his team encountered an anomaly deep within its core, a massive dome-shaped object approximately 400 feet long. Despite using industrial-grade drilling equipment designed to cut through reinforced concrete, the team could not penetrate the object. Its composition appeared to include metallic elements similar to those used by NASA to shield spacecraft from extreme heat during atmospheric re-entry. The discovery raised urgent questions. Was this a geological curiosity, or the buried remains of an artificial structure? The mystery deepened when, during further drilling attempts, the team's instruments began detecting powerful radio signals emanating from the area. The most consistent of these was a 1.6 gigahertz frequency, a range commonly associated with satellite communication and deep space telemetry. The signal's appearance coincided with other unusual events. Rockets launched into the sky would suddenly freeze mid-air before dropping, as if caught by an invisible hand. Unmarked military aircraft began making low-altitude passes over the ranch, their intentions unknown. And on more than one occasion, equipment that had been functioning flawlessly elsewhere failed without explanation when brought near the Mesa. It was as if the site itself was actively resisting investigation. Such anomalies have long been part of the ranch's story. In the late 1992, aerospace magnate Robert Bigelow funded a government-backed research project on the property. Investigators documented evidence of unknown craft, intense electromagnetic activity, and bizarre animal deaths. The mutilations were particularly disturbing. Cattle were found with precise surgical incisions, missing organs, and completely drained of blood, yet there were no signs of predators or human involvement. Eyewitnesses described seeing dark, disc-shaped objects hovering above fields just before such incidents occurred. Decades later, Travis Taylor's team encountered similar phenomena. During one drilling session, a calf grazing near the Mesa suddenly began spinning in circles, its eyes turning milky white. Veterinarians determined that its cranial nerves had been damaged, possibly by a burst of microwave radiation, yet no measurable radiation was detected. This suggested the involvement of an advanced energy source capable of affecting biological tissue without leaving obvious traces. The deeper the team drilled, the stranger the findings became. Metallic fragments appeared in the drilling spoils, along with gelatinous green and pink substances that did not resemble any known geological materials. A detailed analysis conducted by Dr. Mitchell Power at the University of Utah revealed that the green material contained significant amounts of burnt plant matter, suggesting it had been exposed to intense heat deep underground. The discovery of charred biological material buried beneath solid rock made little sense geologically. One hypothesis emerged: perhaps the Mesa had once been the site of a catastrophic event, possibly a crash that generated enough energy to ignite organic matter before it was buried by sediment over time. This theory gained further traction thanks to a decades-old testimony from retired Sheriff's Deputy Chris Ford. Ford claimed that in the 1,980 seconds, then-owner Kenneth Myers discovered a piece of what appeared to be a crashed craft on the property. The debris included a metallic material that could be crumpled and would return to its original shape, a property consistent with shape memory alloys used in advanced aerospace engineering. Ford also described a green jelly-like substance scattered near the wreckage and a 5-foot deep impression in the ground, as if something heavy had landed and then vanished. At the time, Myers reportedly chose not to publicize the discovery, fearing government seizure of his land. Further physical evidence supports Ford's account. A tree near the alleged crash site bears a perfectly circular hole in its canopy, possibly caused by an object entering at high speed. An arborist who examined the tree concluded that the damage likely occurred about 30 years ago, around the time Ford claimed the crash happened. Moreover, security footage from the ranch has captured strange black objects hovering above fields moments before animal deaths, and LiDAR scans have revealed cone-shaped energy anomalies extending thousands of feet into the air. The signals themselves are another layer of the mystery. In addition to the 1.6 gigahertz emissions, the team detected a persistent 919 megahertz signal, a frequency commonly used by surveillance devices. The signal appeared to originate from multiple locations around the property, raising the possibility that someone, perhaps a government agency, was monitoring the investigation. Yet the intermittent nature of the signals and their correlation with UAP sightings led some team members to consider a more radical explanation that the signals might be part of a communication network, possibly extraterrestrial in origin. If true, this would suggest that the buried object was not dormant, but actively transmitting or receiving data. The biological effects observed on the ranch also mirror phenomena reported at other UAP hotspots around the world. Exposure to intense electromagnetic fields has been linked to neurological symptoms in both animals and humans. Disorientation, nausea, cognitive disruption, all of which have been reported by ranch personnel over the years. In one incident, a cow's eyes began hemorrhaging internally shortly after drilling operations reached the anomaly, a symptom consistent with high-energy microwave exposure, and yet radiation detectors recorded nothing unusual. Such events have led some scientists to speculate that the technology involved may operate on principles not yet understood, possibly manipulating space-time, altering local electromagnetic fields, or even interacting with biological systems at the molecular level. Even the geological data is perplexing. Analysis of the drilling spoils revealed not just burned organic material, but also the remains of aquatic plants, evidence that the mesa may once have been a wetland. This finding suggests a dramatic environmental shift in the region's distant past, possibly triggered by a massive impact or energy release. Combined with the metallic fragments, the shape memory alloys, the signals, and the unexplained biological effects, the evidence points toward a single, if extraordinary, hypothesis: the mesa may be the final resting place of a craft, possibly of extraterrestrial origin, that crashed long before human civilization began. If this theory is correct, it could help explain why Skinwalker Ranch has been a hotspot for unexplained phenomena for so long. The buried object might be emitting energy or signals that attract other UAPs, much like a beacon. It might be distorting local space-time, creating electromagnetic anomalies and influencing biological systems. Or it might even be part of a larger network, one of many such installations scattered across the Earth, relics of a civilization that once visited our planet. This could also explain the recurring theme in global mythology of sky gods or star beings descending from the heavens, stories that for centuries humanity has dismissed as legend, but which may have roots in reality. Skeptics argue that there could be more mundane explanations. Perhaps the dome-shaped anomaly is a unique geological formation. Perhaps the signals are stray emissions from satellites or military equipment. Perhaps the animal mutilations are the work of predators or human perpetrators. But these explanations struggle to account for the full range of phenomena observed on the ranch, particularly the correlations between drilling activity, signal detection, electromagnetic anomalies, and biological effects. The investigation is far from over. Every attempt to penetrate the mesa has been met with resistance, broken equipment, lost data, and unexplained energy spikes. Yet each setback brings new discoveries. Metallic materials, unlike anything found in the region. Gelatinous substances with unknown origins. Signals that appear and disappear in synchrony with physical phenomena. And always the feeling shared by many who have worked on the ranch that they are being watched. Whether the answer lies in advanced human technology, an ancient extraterrestrial presence, or a phenomenon that transcends our current scientific understanding, one thing is certain. Skinwalker Ranch is unlike any other place on Earth. It is a natural laboratory where physics breaks down biology, behaves unpredictably, and the boundaries between the natural and the artificial blur. The mesa, with its buried secrets, may hold the key to one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone in the universe? For now, the question remains unanswered. But as drilling continues, as more data is collected, and as science pushes deeper into the unknown, the contours of a remarkable truth are beginning to emerge. Beneath the red rock of Utah's desert, something ancient and powerful is waiting to be discovered. And when it is finally revealed, it may not just rewrite the story of Skinwalker Ranch, it may rewrite the story of humanity itself.